friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. It is a rainy Friday and I've been stuck at home with my little dude today because he has the very early stages of pink eye. Went to the doctor yesterday, got a little eye drop prescription, but he can't be around other people and it's just a gross rainy day, which is why I look like I have no hair. I actually braided my hair today, but it just looks like I have no hair because I wasn't dealing with the frizz today because it's just so yucky out. So I have a cup of spiced tea that my boss made. She works from home on Fridays. She's out and about right now, which is why I'm able to film, but she works from home on Fridays and made some spiced tea and offered to share some with me. And I said, yes, please. It's kind of like Russian tea, which is what I make, that has tang and lemonade and iced tea mix. And I make the easy version where you just dump all the powders together. She makes the version where it has cinnamon sticks and cloves and tea bags right in the pot and simmers on the stove for ages. It's delicious, no matter how you make it. I love it so much. It's orangey, citrusy, spicy. And very hot right now. I'm gonna set that down. So November has started off kind of strange for me. It's nonfiction November and Historathon, both of which I really want to participate. And so far I have not really read much for either of those two readathons. I have another project that I was gonna do this month that I decided I was not gonna do, and then I ended up reading 4 books for that. You'll hear about that towards the end of the month. But this weekend, I'm diving back into the 4 or 5 books that are labeled currently reading on my Goodreads. So I have started a couple, and I brought to work with me today After the Bloom by Leslie Shimotakahara. This is the oldest NetGalley on my NetGalley shelves. So I would really like to make some good progress on this and actually finish it, hopefully this weekend. I'm hoping that it gets better. I did start it, and I'm not really invested, but it's going to talk about Japanese internment camps. It's a dual timeline historical fiction, and the present timeline I just really don't care about right now. But the mom who kind of goes missing in the present day timeline was sent to an internment camp, and I just started last time I picked it up, so I'm only like 3 or 4 pages in to the first past timeline. So the desert. I'm on like 37 or 38. So I'm not that far in, but we're finally getting to the other timeline where we go back to 1943. And that's when I believe the mom and her family were sent to the internment camps. So I'm very interested in that. I don't think I've read very much about that. I have read a few books, like The Last Year in the War by Susan Meissner was set in an internment camp. I read the graphic memoir by George Takei. I forget the name of it, but that talks about his experience being sent to a Japanese internment camp. So I have read a couple things, but I'm looking forward to learning more about it. But so far the writing hasn't really pulled me in, which is why I'm only very much at the beginning of this one. Then I've also started another of my NetGalley November books, which is a historical fiction by Jamie Jo Wright, The Premonition at Wither's Farm. It's her most recent. I think it's going to be a little bit creepy and very suspenseful, and I'm looking forward to it, but I just haven't made it very far into it yet to get captured by the story yet. And then I have 2 nonfiction on the go. The library book by Susan Orleans is telling about the LA library fire that happened in the 1980s. And I was listening to that on Scribd, but Scribd was being dumb a couple days ago and kept cutting out for 15 to 20 seconds and then would pick back up, not in the same spot, but 15 to 20. It would continue to play, but there would be no sound. I thought it was just mine. I'm like, maybe my Wi-Fi is bad. But then I talked to some other people on a live and they said theirs was doing the same thing. So that's really frustrating. And so I kind of set that down, but I'd like to get back to the library book, and also Gift from the Sea by Anne Morrow Lindbergh, which is more kind of reflective essays, meditative almost essays, just kind of reflecting on her life in the sea. And it's very peaceful from what I've read so far. So I'm looking forward to that. So I should be able to knock out 2 or 3 of these books this weekend. I'm hopeful. I also hope to get up to some fall activities or something this weekend. I don't really know if it's going to be miserable like today. It might just be a reading weekend, and that's okay too. But I know there's a lot of things going on around town. So I'll see what happens tomorrow. I know I'm leading worship on Sunday, so I'll be practicing this weekend for that. But for now, I'm just going to sit here and read and drink my spiced tea. I'll let you know how this is going as I get into it a little bit more. Hopefully it picks up a bit. All right, I'll talk to you soon. I haven't actually read anything yet because I just got caught up on some comments and my Marco Polos and talked to my sister for a few minutes, but I just want to say this is the perfect afternoon reading weather because it's pouring outside and the thunder is starting up. For the next 30 to 40 minutes, we're supposed to have some severe thunderstorms, potentially a tornado. We're under a tornado warning right now. It's not bad. I don't have to move away from the windows or anything, but the thunder is for real and I'm loving it. Loving it. So yeah, time to dive into my book now. It cleared up enough to take my little buddy out for just a walk in the neighborhood. What are we doing on our walk? Bud, what are we doing? You tell me? Can you say it real loud?
Jumping in puddles.
Jumping in puddles. Do you have your rain boots on? Yeah. So we're just getting some fresh air because we've been cooped up all day. Good ABCs. And it's warm. It's like 75, 76 degrees out. It's a weird day today. It's a weird day. What? We have to look for them. We have to look with our eyes, see if we can find any more puddles.
Found a white post.
A white post, you did. Yeah. I'll talk to you later.
Another car.
Yeah, we gotta hold hands when we're walking in the road.
Not car. So many cars.
There you go. Whoa, that was big splashings. It's okay, we'll change your pants when we get home, not a problem. Hello, I am now home. It is the end of the day. It's 7 o'clock. It's Friday, so I get to have a fun meal for dinner, and so I stopped at Taco Bell on my way home. Not the healthiest choice, but it was delicious. And I'm really debating DNFing this book. Even the part where they're now at the camp is not catching my attention. I'm a very empathetic reader. I cry very easily at books. I get connected to characters very easily. And this one just isn't drawing me in at all. It feels very choppy and disjointed. I'm on page 66. So my goal is to get to 100. And if it doesn't capture me in the next 34 pages, I think I'm going to call it quits for this one. It is a NetGalley, but I can still write a quick review and just say I didn't finish it. If I can avoid giving it a star rating, I will, because if I end up DNFing it, I don't like to give it a star rating, but I will just put how far I got in reading it because I did try. So I'm going to do my own little sprints. I don't know if anyone's doing sprints actually tonight. It is 7 or almost 7, so I can check because usually people start around 7 or 7:30 or 8. But I'll check and see if anyone's doing sprints tonight because that would be really fun and motivating to keep me going. I did forget to tell you that I am going to get my Christmas stuff down out of the attic tonight. It's up there. That's my attic. I haven't yet tried to open that with my new shelves. I'm really hoping that it pulls down, and I mean, I obviously have to move this chair and stuff, but I'm hoping that I have the room to pull it down and get up into there because I'm pulling out my Christmas stuff. I'm not going to do it tonight. That'll be on the docket for tomorrow, but I'm going to pull out my Christmas stuff and figure out where I'm going to store it all. I don't think I want to try to store it in here. I might try to clean up my room a little bit and store it in there. Anyways, I'm setting up my tree, hopefully this weekend. So you'll get to see that. It just brings me so much joy, and why not? Why not? I leave it up way after Christmas. Why not set it up way before Christmas? So that's what I'm going to do this weekend. I don't know if I said that already or not, but I'm going to. I had fun going for a little walk with my dude this afternoon. He was so soaked by the time we got back to his house. Oh man, he's like, I'm soggy, he said. Like, yeah, you are soggy. I like lifted up his leg and water drained right out of his boots. Oh my word, hilarious. So cute. But yeah, so I'm going to do sprints tonight. I would like to get my room cleaned out so I can figure out where to store the Christmas boxes. I'm going to try to get to page 100 of this. And then I really feel like I want to pick up the premonition at Withers Farm and make some progress in that tonight as well. And hopefully work on the library book as well. And get that audiobook going again. Maybe Scribd will be working today. We shall see. But yeah, it's 7. I'm done eating. I'm done working, and I have no plans tonight. So I'm gonna go to town on reading, and I'm very excited about it. All right. Well, it's now 11 o'clock, and I have a plan for tomorrow, and I'm just going to tell you about what I read this evening. So let's do the books first. I read about 20 more pages of this one. I'm at 80 something. I'm still not 100% sure I'm going to finish it. I will get to 100 or just beyond it tomorrow, and then I'll decide. I just don't care. I probably read 20 or 30 pages of The Premonition at Withers Farm. It's a little bit creepy. In the past storyline, we're following Pearliette, who is kind of, we would call her maybe a homeopathic doctor now, like into herbal remedies and stuff, except that she busted out heroin at one point and talked about cocaine. I'm like, what the heck? She just isn't trained officially as a doctor, so she butts heads all the time with the doctor, except you could totally feel the tension between them. So I don't know if there's going to be a romance before this is all said and done. But Pearliette's mother is, I guess you'd call her a spiritualist. Like, she holds seances and tries to communicate with the departed. And there was just a scene that I read right at the end of this that was really creepy. I mean, the candle flickering, the window broke, one of the guy's chairs fell over backwards, like crazy stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on here, really? What's going on? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's all a farce or if it's really kind of ghosty type of stuff. I don't know. So I'm curious to continue. I really am not as captured, I guess, by the present day storyline. Molly and her husband are they've had multiple miscarriages, and the last one was 2 years ago, and Molly is just really not able to move forward because of it, and she's now hearing voices and seeing things, ghosts, and she's not telling her husband about it at all. So there's a huge rift between the two of them. They're kind of very platonic relationship right now. She doesn't like that. Like, she wants them to be able to get back to their romance and all of that, but I'm just not as interested in right now in Molly's storyline. But I'm curious about the voices and stuff that she's hearing. I don't know. So I'm very interested in this one. And then I did pick up a little bit of Gift from the Sea by Anne Morrow Lindbergh. There's only 5 or 6 chapters in here. It's a really tiny little book, but I don't fly through it. I even had to turn off the ambient room that I was listening to because it was music, and it was a little too distracting when I was trying to read a nonfiction. I don't know, nonfiction is so much harder for me sometimes, but this is very reflective, and it reminds me almost of a devotional, except she doesn't get into talking about God. But the one chapter I read, she wrote this while at the seashore, taking a little respite, a little retreat for herself. And each chapter or essay is focused on a different seashell and kind of the lessons and the things that it makes her think about. I really did like the one, what was it called? Moon shell. It was like a swirly type of a shell, and she talked about solitude and the importance of having time for yourself, and especially as women who are constantly pouring out for others, not just women, but she in particular was talking about women and wives and mothers, how important it still is to find an hour here and there to be alone, to be by yourself, and to really fill up your own bucket so that you can then pour out to others. It was really a thoughtful and contemplative. I feel like this whole book feels like just things that you want to slowly like kind of pause and think about. I like it. it's not really like jazzing me up to read it. I'm not eager to pick it up, but it's nice and thoughtful. So I'm enjoying that. And that is what I read tonight. Plans for tomorrow. I found a Christmas, it's at this vintage pickings. I forget the name of the place, but they're having their big Christmas extravaganza tomorrow. They've just switched over their whole, it's one of those places that has multiple vendors within one building. So there will be like different areas and each person sells their own stuff. So there's some handcrafted soaps and earrings and decorations, and it's all going to be massive Christmas overload, and I'm excited. So I want to go to that. And then I found out about it's called the Hanover Book Festival. And it's going to be all of these indie published authors. There was a list of, I think, 15 to 20 different authors. And there's going to be an Irish dance troupe that's going to come and do a dance at noon. So both of those events are kind of in the same area. So I'm going to head up that way. And I think the library is up there, so I might check out their book sales shelf and just look and see what's there. And just head up in that direction tomorrow. Go to a little Christmas shopping as well as a book festival. Why not? So all of that starts at 11, which is nice because then I have the morning to pull down the Christmas stuff, and I probably won't set it all up tomorrow. I got to put all my fall things away, but I can do some cleaning and laundry and reading in the morning, do my own little Saturday morning sprints like I like to do. Can you hear sirens out there? It was really nice tonight. I did open my window in here because it was rainy and it was really nice. It was really nice. And the sprints I did with Olivia, or Liv's Library is her channel name, and she's so sweet. And they are running, her and a couple other booktubers are doing Gilmore Girls readathon right now, and I'm not actually participating in the readathon at all, but I just enjoy sprints, so I participated, and they did some fun Gilmore Girls quizzes and stuff tonight, so it was a lot of fun. And I got some of my blanket crocheted. I'm working on a blanket. Have I showed you? This is the blanket that I'm making. Isn't it pretty? It's just scraps of yarn that my mom gave me, and I picked out 6 colors. I think I showed it in a live last weekend. I started it. It was started. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. My work in progress. So I worked on that a little bit during sprints tonight too. So that's it. Now I need to go get ready for bed. So I will check in tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. It's Saturday, and you can hear the leaf blowing guy outside. It's only 9 o'clock. He started 20 minutes ago or so. Yay. Good morning. But I was up, so it's okay. It's just super annoying on a Saturday. It feels early to do something like that. But I am up. I've been up for a while. My only load today. I only have 1 load of laundry. It's in the dryer already. I switched it. I painted my nails. I did black. I tried their new, Olive & June has a new quick dry. It does dry really quickly, except I forgot to buy the quick dry top coat. So I had to use the regular top coat. So I'm still sitting here trying not to use my nails very much so the top coat can fully dry as well. So I just got caught up on comments and did my Bible reading already. And now it's time to do some sprinting. So I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes and do some reading. And then I'm going to go work on cleaning. The trash needs to go out. I need to clean in my bedroom a little bit before I bring Christmas down. And I'll alternate between reading and cleaning for a little bit. It's 9:20. I would like to leave here at 11, I think. I don't need to leave before 11. The Christmas store opens at 11, but I don't need to be the first one through the door. So I am just going to plan on doing that for a couple hours this afternoon, be out and about, and then get back here and do some more reading before babysitting tonight and bringing Christmas down today and practicing piano. I have a few things I need to do today. So I just wanted to say good morning. Remember when you're little and you're like, put braids in my hair so it gets curly? I kind of have those curls, but it feels frizzy and not nice. So I still have a shower. Okay, well, I just went into that Christmas thing and it was so overwhelming. It was very, very crowded, very small spaces. I did get a couple clips. It was beautiful stuff that they had in there, but I had nothing in mind that I was looking for. And I just felt like I didn't want to wait in the line to check out because the line was really long. So I just looked at everything and then I left. So now I'm headed over to the Hanover Book Festival and hopefully, I mean, that might be crowded too. I'm already missed the girls or the dance crew is doing their Irish dance at 12 to 12:30 and then 1:30 to 2. So I'll catch the 1:30 one. I might grab a bite to eat. It's 12 o'clock right now. I might grab a bite to eat and then go to the book festival. It ends at 2. So I don't want to walk through all the tables and then have to wait around. I don't know. But what if I get talking to people? I don't know. Maybe I'll just get a quick bite to eat. We'll see. Something to hold me over and then I can get like real lunch later. That's what I'll do. Okay, time to go to a random book festival. So the book festival is at the VFW, but I saw a sign as I was pulling in that said at the lodge, the Moose Lodge, there's an American Sewing Guild Bazaar today. So I'm like, well, let's go to that first. So I'm gonna walk around through the little bazaar, see what I can see, and then I'll head over next door to the book festival. Let's go. Okay, that was interesting. It's 1:15 and I'm really hungry. I've not had lunch yet. I got some good stuff though. So I walked in and right away I learned that if you buy 4 books, you get one free. So I'm like, okay, free book. It's not a free book when you have to buy books to get it, but I was like, let me just see if I can find some that I'm interested in. Then I'll get it. So I did. I found some books. So the first one is a middle grade or like young YA seaside magic. It's gonna be family drama, secrets, magical powers. I really liked the family that was selling this book. I don't think the actual author was there. She's 20. This is her first novel. So we'll see how it is as far as writing goes, but it's a beautiful cover and it sounded interesting and I really liked the family that was there. So I bought that one. And then I really got talking to this girl and she was really nice too. Bonnie Blevins. Her book is Virgil Team and it's a military paranormal. I'm not sure, like this woman, Kia, finds out that she has some abilities as well. But Bonnie Blevins was really nice. Bonnie was really nice. And so I ended up getting her book. It sounds kind of interesting, more military, mystery, save the world kind of stuff. I'm really excited about this one. Virginia is for Mysteries, Volume 3. This is a short story collection and 2 of the ladies who have short stories in here were at booths right next to each other. And one of my goals for next year, I have not announced this anywhere yet, one of my goals for next year is going to be to read at least 100, maybe 150 short stories. I think I might do 150, so it's almost like every other day, almost. I want to read short stories next year. So I'm gathering together all the books I already own that have short stories, and there are 18 in here, so they're really short. But the ladies were really nice and they both signed my book for me, so I got that. Short story mystery collection, and then this is probably the one I'm the most excited about. I talked to this guy for a while. This is Conversations with Us. 2 Wheels, 50 States, Hundreds of Voices, One America by Chris Register. This one is the Great Lakes states, and then my free book, he's like, if you get 4 books and you get a free one, come back and I'll give you my other book. So I did. Conversations with Us. This is American Southwest. So basically this guy rides his bike, can you see? Rides his bike around America And his goal is to ride 50 miles a day and every day stop and talk to somebody, and he records that. And then the end papers on the back is pictures of everybody that he talked to in this book. Isn't that crazy? I'm just so excited about this one. So Great Lakes, this one starts in Rochester, New York. Well, I don't know if it starts in Rochester, but it goes from Rochester, New York, all around the Great Lakes. So it goes through Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. So I'm really excited to read that and just kind of see these conversations that he has with people. I feel like Nonfiction November, this is a great opportunity for this. And this is the best like production quality. It's buttery soft. He said this is his second one. This was his first one, Great Lakes. This is his second one, and he has plans for other areas around the country. He eventually would like to do all 50 states. How cool is that? So I'm really excited. I just think it sounds really cool. He's like, we're in a time when having conversations with people is kind of a lost art, and he just wanted to talk to people and hear some stories from them, and very cool. I'm just so excited. I'm gonna start reading this one today. I'm just really excited about it. So yeah, that's my little book haul from the book festival. Now I'm really hungry and I'm gonna go to Moe's. Welcome to Moe's to go have lunch. I think last time I sat and had lunch, I was at Qdoba. You know I love me a Southwest bowl of anything. And I brought the Premonition of Withers Farms with me to read while I eat lunch. So I'm gonna go get some lunch and read a book. And then I think Crumble Cookie is up here. I might go see what kind of cookies they have this month, or this week, excuse me. And I don't know what else is over here, but I might do a little shopping, because why not? We'll see. All right, I'm on the Little Free Library section of my day. This one is cute right here at a church. There's like a little wind chime, and there's a church. It's right in the parking lot. So I found 3 of my on-haul books that are Christian fiction or Christian nonfiction, and I'm gonna leave those ones here. So let's see what they have. Dun, 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 dun. Left Behind, classic. Oh man. I need more than 2 hands. Driving up, I could tell this one was a little bit empty, so I grabbed a whole handful of ones to add to the box. Let's see what's in here. Buzz said the bee. Nothing for me today. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love. That you would take my place. That you would bear my cross. You laid down your life. That I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. It's possible I treated myself to some crumble cookies. This is a strawberry cake. This is pumpkin cheesecake, chocolate chip, and Buckeye. So it's peanut butter chocolate on a chocolate cookie. Oh my word. They look amazing. Amazing. Don't worry. I am not going to eat all of those cookies at once. This is how I make it worthwhile, because they are rather expensive. So I just take a little tiny piece out of them, and that pink thing there is a chocolate covered Oreo that I bought at one of the craft things, the bazaar that I went to. Oh my word. So yummy. I can't wait. So I have about an hour until I need to get ready to go babysit. So I'm just going to sit here and read for a bit. And if I happen to fall asleep and take a nap, I'm okay with that. But I wanted to show you my new Thanksgiving shirt. Grateful, thankful, blessed. I got this from a website called Love in Faith. Love in Faith, I think is the name of it. I will link it down below. They have super good prices for majority of their shirts are faith-based, but some of them are just fun as well. And they're super, like this was $9.99, I think. So really frugally priced as far as graphic tees go. They're not too expensive. So I'm going to link their shop down below. But I'm going to sit here and eat my cookies and read. I'm going to go back to After the Bloom for a little bit and try to get up to page 100 and decide. And if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. It is what it is. Hey, so I'm babysitting right now. The kids are obviously asleep. Well, not obviously. You don't know what time it is. It's like 9:45. The kids are asleep. They've been asleep for a while. And I'm reading this book. And I think I have to stop. I'm on page 148, almost 150. A couple times I just had to set it down for a minute because there were some scenes that really creeped me out. So like I said, the mom, Pearliette, in the past timeline, her mom is a spiritualist. I don't know if that's the right word. She was having a seance to try to summon the spirit of the woman who was killed very early on. And while doing this, all of a sudden the window in the room shatters. Oh, I think I did say this. The window shatters. One of the guys falls over. The candle flickers out. And Pearliette, the woman that we're following, the daughter, she sees a ghost-like figure snuff out the candle. Then there's all this arguing between the doctor and Pearliette, who Pearliette is not educated as a doctor, but is kind of like a home remedy person, not incredibly helpful. And the doctor keeps yelling at her to stop. But I think he also kind of likes her. So it's like he's yelling at her, but also he's concerned for her. But then someone told her, the detective, I think, told her that she looks like the woman who was killed. And she doesn't really have an understanding of how beautiful she is, but apparently she's beautiful as well. So the detective and the doctor don't want this mother and daughter to practice their lifestyle, the spiritualism and then this home remedy stuff. And a lot of it is out of concern, but people keep reaching out to Pearliette and driving to her house at night in their buggies to bring her to help the sister or the lady or whatever. And anyway, she had to walk home at night, like a couple miles. And of course, she's walking past the farm of the girl who got stabbed. And she hears chuckling in the cornfields on either side of her. I was so creeped out. So she like dropped her apothecary bag and started booking it towards home. Oh my word, it was so creepy. And then even in the present day timeline, Molly and her husband Trent, like I said before, are not really at a good place in their marriage. They're not able to communicate well. She's had 4 miscarriages and he was at work all 4 times. So she kind of went through it a little bit on her own, and they've just not been able to get over this. Not that you can ever get over it, but move on. She's just still wrapped in grief. But she also sees some ghosty things, which I'm not sure what it is, but they move into Withers Farm, which is the farm of the girl who was killed in the past timeline. And the basement was, the foundation of the building was they used gravestones that were mistakes. So like they started to spell October wrong, so they scrapped it, but they used all these scrapped gravestones in her basement. So Molly, the present day Molly, present day main character, she goes down to the basement. She kind of already is struggling with seeing ghosts, and someone dies in the present day timeline, and there's some kind of connection, and it's just creepy. All that to say, it's just super creepy. So I think I might have to switch and read something on my Kindle app on my phone. I think I might need to take a little break from this. But I did make a decent dent in it tonight. I'm doing sprints with Amy's Bookish Life, which is fun. I didn't know she was going to have them. It's pop-up surprise sprints. So yeah, I'm going to see. I have a lot of NetGalley books on my Kindle app on my phone. So I'm just going to pick something different for a little while. Whew, this is a doozy. Hey, it's 11:30 and I really need to go to bed. But I just wanted to say, because I haven't talked about this book yet, and once I realized the premonition of Wither's Farm was going to be a little too creepy, and I needed to take a break from it, I started listening again. I picked up where I would left off, but I started listening to the library book, and I made it about 50 pages in, further, I should say, than where I was. This is a fascinating read. Not only does it talk about the fire that happened at the LA Central Branch Library, or Central Library, it's also just kind of a history of libraries, the importance of libraries. Right now, the chapter I'm in is talking about how burning books is something that has happened in like the history of book burning. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. I'm enthralled. I love my library, and I already know the importance of a library in a community, but to hear how important, and just to hear it again, I don't know, I'm very intrigued. And I love how Susan Orlean is weaving it all together. So it's not just straight talking about the library fire, but it's so much broader than that. It really is the library book. It's so good. It's so good. If you're looking for a nonfiction and you love your library, I would highly recommend picking this up. And I'm not even halfway in. I'm only about a third of the way in. But yeah, I'm really loving it. Just wanted to say that, but now I really need to go get ready for bed. Good morning. It is Sunday and I just arrived at church and I made myself some lemon tea today because this congestion is no joke and I'm supposed to be leading worship today. I'm a little bit nervous about that because I don't know, I'm really congested. So I can breathe. I can just feel all the stuff in my sinuses, down my throat, making me cough. I don't know what else to do. So I've been trying to warm up on my way here, singing and just trying to warm up. Thankfully, the keys are all pretty low because both Lauren and I who are singing today have lower voices. So that's helpful. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one today, folks. But I'm here super early. It's only 8:13. We don't have to be here till 9 for worship team practice. But because I also coordinate the kids, I got to get kids stuff ready before I get worship team stuff going. So our normal worship leaders are out of town. So I'm taking the lead today as far as running the rehearsal and all that jazz, which isn't a big deal. So I need to make sure that I'm there on time and ready to go. Should be fun. Let's go to church. Hello. It's now 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, and I'm doing my own little sprints. I have another one of my Love and Faith t-shirts on, Joy to the World, the Lord has come, and it has pink trees, and it's a v-neck, and it was like $10 or $11 or something like that. Very cheap. I love it. Love and Faith. I will link them down below. I am just doing sprints. I really, really want to get up into the attic and bring down Christmas stuff. I need to make space in my bedroom to put everything. So I'm doing some sprints. So I'm back to reading Premonition at Wither's Farm. It's good. It's so good. I'm really, really enjoying it. I really want to finish Gift from the Sea today, and possibly, like, later, once I get settled, listen to some more of the library book. Or maybe no, because I don't want to listen to this while I'm putting up the tree. I'm going to put on a Christmas movie while I do that. So at some point I will listen to some more of this book because it was so good last night. It was really just very, very fascinating. So this is kind of peaceful afternoon reading. That'll be good. And this is read this until it gets dark out because it's still pretty creepy. That's the plan for this afternoon. Get stuff done. Get stuff done. All right. I will check in later. I'll show you the creepy attic when it's time to get up there. But for now, it's a reading time. So I'm going to set a timer. I'm going to do 15-minute sprints. I feel like that's a good amount for getting some stuff done and also getting some reading done. So 15-minute sprints, back and forth and back and forth. I've been chatting for a little bit with a few different people. So now it's time to sit and read. And then I need to get up again, get more cleaning done. Super exciting Sunday afternoon. Okay, here's the test. I think my chair can stay here because I think the ladder usually comes down to about here. Here's my little hook. Let's see. Here we go. Dun-dun. Oh, it's cold up there today. Live room. Yes. Oh, I gotta put my phone down. All right, up we go. There's the light switch. There's Christmas. Those 3 red ones and my tree. That's what I need to bring down. All right. Here's my attic. What secrets are in your attic? We only actually use this first part, and these are mostly empty bins and boxes for moving. And then there's all the ductwork and stuff. We only just use this little front part. All right, let's get Christmas down. All right, that wasn't too bad. Time to put the attic away. All done. So I brought everything down from the attic for Christmas and then decided I'm not going to put the tree up today because I really want to finish this book. Oh my word. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it tonight because I also need to start editing this vlog. But this book is keeping me on my toes and it's delightfully creepy and I just need to know what is going on. I need to know who is the bad guy in both timelines because both timelines have a bad guy now and there's a connection between the two that I'm just starting to see. Oh my word. It's so good. This would have been perfect for October, kind of creepy vibes, but it's a Christian fiction, so it's also dealing with issues of faith. And our main girl, Pearliette, in the past timeline, is grieving the death of her dad, and then is really frustrated with her mom, who is this spiritualist who tries to speak with the dead, and the mom refuses to try to speak with the dad. And so this girl is just trapped in her grief, really, and struggling to know, the struggle between searching for God and yet wanting answers and wanting to hear from her dad again, and being told by other people that this communicating with the dead is all a farce or evil in itself. And she's just kind of not sure what she believes. So we're kind of getting that struggle with her. And then in the present day timeline, the faith element is that Molly has lost 4 miscarriages and she also is trapped in her grief and is starting to realize that her gaze her perspective has been solely focused on herself and her own grief, and she hasn't seen things going on around her and the people that she loves around her. And she's just starting to kind of come out of that as well. There was a very serious situation that I can't talk about because it's kind of like way far into the book, but a situation where she does cry out to God and feels hypocritical because she hasn't been, and yet she really needs him in this situation. So yeah, I really appreciate that. It's not cheesy in any way. It's definitely legit struggles with grief, which I always say that I like in books, and it's such a universal thing, and it's just a different spin on it in here. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I don't know how many, maybe like 120 pages left or so. How far does this go? I don't want to spoil myself. I'm nervous. 373, and I'm on 278, so just about 100 pages to go. I can definitely finish this tonight. It's only 8:30, but I do need to do some editing as well. I won't wrap up yet. I'll let you know if I get finished. Oh man, this might be my craziest hairdo yet. It's 11:45. I need to go to bed. But I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop until I finished. I did get a lot of editing done as well. I think I have this last clip and 2 more minutes to do, but I'll do it in the morning. But I finished. I finished The Premonition at Wither's Farm, and it was so good. It was so good. I don't know yet what I'll rate it. I'll decide tomorrow, 4 or 5. But I really liked it. I liked the faith elements. I liked the ghosty elements. I liked that it was creepy. And I loved the author's note, kind of learning about Jamie Jo Wright and her experience of grief and wondering about not wondering about the afterlife, but like wishing that she could have one more conversation with her mom who passed away, or the struggle with grief of miscarriage and postpartum depression. She experienced all those things firsthand. So hearing her or reading about her inspiration and such for some of the themes that were in here was really interesting. I liked how it all wrapped up. It did feel like it wrapped up kind of quickly when we got to the end, but I was here for it. It was so good. It was so good. I couldn't stop. And now it's 11:45. Yikes. So this weekend, I DNF'd After the Bloom, read about 70 pages of that. I don't have here with me. I read another essay in Gift from the Sea, or 2. I only have, I think, 2 more. And I should be able to finish that one tomorrow. And then the library book, I didn't read any more of that one today. I did bring Christmas down. I had some fun outings. All in all, it was another fabulous weekend. I'm very excited because tomorrow I am going to have lunch with Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand. We are exchanging our Christmas book exchange books in person, our box of books. And because we live close enough that we can meet halfway. So we're meeting for lunch, exchanging our books. That's going to be delightful. But I'm not putting that in this vlog. So keep an eye on my Instagram later today. This will go up tomorrow morning. Keep an eye on my Instagram later today. I'll probably put something in my stories. But that is all for now. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to chat with you about any of the books you saw me reading this weekend. I have lots of links down in the description for Love and Faith and for some of the authors that I met at that Hanover Book Fair that I went to, book festival. And yeah, so check out the description. Chat with me down in the comments. I always love talking with you down there. And that's all. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. I know this was a longer one this weekend, but there was a lot going on. All right. I look forward to talking with you in another video very soon. Bye.